All right, this is how to wire an OBD2 into your 3/4 swapped 4Runner, Tacoma, whatever else it is. I am using a older model ECU, so it has the blocky plug. So before 1998, I believe, has this larger plug. So what we're looking at is the furthest right plug right here, which is called E5. We are looking to connect a battery, SDL, which is the data link. This is battery positive, to this connector right here. Okay, so if we flip it over as it's supposed to be oriented, 18, let's get rid of this guy, 18, which is right here, is the shielded white wire right here. This is your data connection. So I have it spliced in and I dragged it all the way to the front over here. So if I need to connect it, I can. And it looked like a normal vehicle, not some kind of hillbilly, rednecked, jumbled up wire disgustingness, which I will fix, but I'm currently diagnosing. And here's the thing, I plugged that in. I got mine the cheapest OBD2 connector I could find, and it wasn't working. So first of all, let me explain how this works. You have all these connectors. Okay, this is for 12 volts. This bottom connector right here, bottom right, okay, oriented this way. This one is your power. It takes continuous 12 volts. All right. Now, if we count from the top, 1, 2. The second wire, the second plug right here is where you connect the shielded white wire, number 18 on E5, okay, the SDL. This is where this connects to. This uses the J blank protocol, whatever it's called. Later ones connect here. This one, since we have the old ECU, connects here. Now, plugs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are grounds. I combined them together and grounded them to the chassis. You only need 4 plugs for this to work. Again, start from the top, 1, 2. 2 goes and connects to your ECU, white wire. 4 and 5 are common ground. Combine them and ground them to the chassis. The very last bottom right plug right here is your 12 volt power. What I suggest you do is go online and buy a 12 volt 7.5 amp fuse carrier. So it comes with a little carrier, a little fuse in it, and bolted directly to your battery. I'll tell you why. The way this works is that this same plug right here also has the keep alive memory. On later model cars, it's called CAM, keep alive memory. That way the computer remembers all the codes, it remembers its fuel trims and everything else. The way most people wire these things, it forgets every single time. That's why there's one kid that has this little knob here to reset his fuel trims because he's doing it the wrong way. You plug it in here, this thing stays alive, stays on, okay? Its memory is encoded, and you know, your idle will start up and idle perfectly every time. It won't sit there and brah at 1500 and then slowly go down as the coolant, as it relearns all its trim and fuel banks. No, do it once, do it right, don't mess around. What I did was this. Let me get out here. For now, just to test, I have my yellow wire going to the 50 amp EFI fuse. This is just a test, but this should be at the battery. I just don't have one of those little connector things. I have this one that's grounded. And the power here, I spliced into it, and I combined it to these two in the back. It just fell off right now, but I will solder these. I do not like these crappy connections. Don't like any of these connections. I will solder these. So this right here, these two at the very bottom, if you're looking at the plug, the shielded wire is 18 right there. These bottom two plugs, these are 22 and 23. 22 and it's 22 and 14. 22 and 14 is battery and battery. I combined them together like this and spliced it into my constant 12 volt from the battery. That way there is enough power for the OBD2 sensor to work. If you do not do that, it will not connect and you will not read any codes. I was trying to figure that out for about a good hour, and that was the problem in my case. So to recap this long, boring, mundane video, you need this connector. If you do not have it, which is at the very end of your ECU, okay, E5, I believe. Correct? No, take the back. Yes, E5. We have to take the white wire, which is shielded, easy to find. Make sure it's spliced into the correct number, 18. We need 22 and 14 combined together for power. Okay, we plug that in. We supply it with power, with voltage. Get a cheap connector. Make sure, test with if you have one of these. See this little guy right here, the little noise maker? This is to test for continuity. Makes noise. This is how you identify which wire is which in these connectors, because it is hard to do, because eBay and Alibaba, being what they are, don't label any of their wires. I spliced them in. I just crimped them for now just to verify that my OBDII works. See, it's already falling off. This is why I hate these things. And your OBDII should work. Enjoy, guys.